Chapter 2. The Discovery in the Forest and the Adventures of MetaLand. After defeating Hackerino and saving the treasures of MetaLand, Cubix and Mexa, the brave defenders of the village, did not stop. Aware that new challenges and discoveries awaited them, they decided to explore a mysterious part of the Enchanted Forest, a place where no inhabitant of MetaLand had ever dared to venture. They ventured deeper into the Enchanted Forest and noticed a strange light emanating from dense vegetation. Driven by curiosity, they approached and discovered an ancient hidden cave. Inside the cave, the two adventurers found inlaid magical chests covered in dust. With a mix of excitement and fear, they opened one of the chests to discover it contained hundreds of sparkling and magical coins. There were many different coins, some gold, others silver, all engraved with symbols that seemed ancient and mysterious. The light they emitted was hypnotic and seemed to dance on the walls of the cave. Mexa, with her innate curiosity for magical objects, picked up a coin and examined it closely.
These symbols. I've never seen them before.
Cubix, always ready for adventure, suggested bringing some coins back to the village to ask the elders about their meaning. After discovering the magical coins in the cave, Cubix and Mexa returned excitedly to MetaLand to share their discovery. The village elders, including the wise Luminar, gathered around them to listen to their adventure and see the strange coins. As the inhabitants examined the sparkling coins with curiosity, Luminar decided to seize the opportunity to tell the true story of bartering and the origin of money.
You know, a long time ago, before gold or silver coins, men directly exchanged goods and services, but soon they realized they needed something more practical for trading. The earliest forms of money were natural and precious objects, such as shells, balls, or large stones. These items were rare and difficult to find, which made them valuable. Over time, societies began to use metals to create coins. Iron, silver, and gold became common materials for these coins, thanks to their durability.
These changes in the way goods were exchanged transformed the habits of villages. Coins allowed men to trade on larger scales and with people they did not know. But all this was based on one fundamental thing: trust. Trust in the value of these coins and in the system that supported them. After explaining the origin and evolution of money, Luminar noticed the curious looks of the inhabitants of MetaLand, especially the younger ones, who seemed to wonder why objects like shells, stones, or pearls were no longer used as money.
You see, the story of money is also a story of change and adaptation. Initially, objects like shells and pearls were valuable because they were rare and beautiful, but they had their limits. Shells and pearls, for example, were difficult to transport in large quantities and were not uniform. There were no two shells or two pearls exactly alike, which made it difficult to establish their exact value. Moreover, they could be easily damaged or lost, and the large stones, well, you can imagine how impractical it was to carry a large stone every time you wanted to exchange something. Over time, people sought something more practical, durable, and uniform. This is where metals like iron, silver, and gold come into play. They can be melted and formed into coins of equal sizes and weights. Moreover, they are durable enough to last over time and rare enough to maintain their value. But there's another important factor that led to the change.
With the increase in exchanges between different villages and cultures, there was a need for a money system recognized and accepted by all. Metal coins took on this role, as their value was widely recognized.
We have found magical coins. These special coins have a value that is not only in the metal they are made of but also in the magic they contain. This makes them even more precious, because magic is something very special and important.
The village children, fascinated, gathered around Cubix and Mexa, observing the newly found magical coins with wonder. The inhabitants understood that the magical coins were not just a tool for trade, but also a symbol of unity and trust in their community. In the following weeks, Cubix and Mexa became pioneers in using the coins. They started small exchanges, like a coin for a basket of magical fruit or for a spell from Luminar. The villagers began to see the value of this new form of trade. But with every new discovery come new challenges. Some inhabitants began to keep the coins for themselves, not understanding their true purpose. Others tried to abuse them, seeking to accumulate them in quantity. It was then that Luminar, along with Cubix and Mexa, decided to hold a meeting in the center of the village. There, in front of all the inhabitants, Luminar explained the importance of trust and honesty in using the coins. "These coins represent more than just an exchange of goods," said Luminar. "They represent mutual trust and respect. If used with pure intentions, they can bring prosperity and harmony. But if misused, they can only bring discord." The following days saw a change in MetaLand. The inhabitants began to use the coins not only for trade but also to build a sense of community and trust. The children, in particular, learned valuable lessons about the value of money and responsibility. As the moon rose over MetaLand, Cubix and Mexa sat on the highest hill, looking down at the village below them.
We've done something good, right?
Yes, but I have a feeling this is just the beginning. There are still so many things to discover and learn.
Awareness, the duo looked at the stars, dreaming of the adventures that awaited them. Magical lessons with Cubix and Mexa. The adventure of Cubix and Mexa in the Enchanted Forest teaches us fundamental life lessons, showing how exploration, driven by curiosity, represents the importance of overcoming fears and exploring new opportunities, leading us to new discoveries. By sharing their treasure with the inhabitants of MetaLand, Cubix and Mexa demonstrate how important it is to share knowledge and successes for the common good. This act not only strengthens bonds with others but also highlights how sharing can be a powerful tool for collective growth. Luminar, with his narrative on the evolution of money, shows us how people have adapted over time to new challenges and conditions. This transition from bartering to metallic coins represents a fundamental change. The adventure also teaches us the importance of responsible resource use, as demonstrated by some inhabitants of MetaLand with the irresponsible use of magical coins. This teaches us that wise and honest use of resources contributes to the well-being of the community, while abuse and greed can lead to negative consequences. Finally, Cubix and Mexa's reflection reminds us that every action has an impact on others and that learning and growth are continuous processes in our lives. Every experience and choice is an opportunity to grow as a person in a community.